Hi there guys, so Mike Tyson has confessed he was using and abusing drugs during his career, and it was of the white powder kind. It wasn't any performance enhancing drugs, it wasn't anything to make him improve in the ring, it was just cocaine. He needed that because obviously he was hooked on it. He used that a lot during his career, and he said even going into the ring with Danny Williams, his penultimate fight as a professional boxer, he was high when he got in the ring. So how did he get around this? Because obviously there are drug tests, and obviously he would fail one on cocaine. It's not a performance enhancing drug, but it is a drug you are not allowed to use in boxing. Or if you do, you will be either fined or banned. Mike Tyson was actually banned in 2000 for taking cocaine. He was banned $200,000. But how he got around this, he says, is using a fake WHIZZER. That is what Mike Tyson has said. He used a fake WHIZZER in order to beat the drug testing. That is how Mike Tyson got away with it. Now, obviously, people were going to say that, what if he was taking something else? I mean, Mike Tyson was unstoppable at one point. What if he was taking these other performance-enhancing drugs? But ultimately, I don't believe that is true at all. I don't believe that Mike Tyson took anything else. I don't think he really needed to. I mean, he's a machine. He's always going to be. Whatever age he is, he's always going to be Iron Mike Tyson. So, ultimately, I don't believe Mike Tyson was cheating. I just believe that he was taking cocaine, and obviously he got around this by using a fake WHIZZER in his words. So as I said, he's not taking anything else, it's just cocaine, and if he was taking anything else, he wouldn't have gotten stopped by Buster Douglas, he wouldn't have gotten stopped by Danny Williams, because when you take performance enhancing drugs, it makes you not superhuman, but very close to that, and almost impossible to knock someone out. When have you ever seen someone get knocked out and then fail a drugs test? It doesn't happen because those performance enhancing drugs prevent that from happening. So it's pretty clear that Mike Tyson did not take anything else other than cocaine, but still, obviously he got around it by using the means necessary. And obviously that avoided him from bans, that avoided him from getting fines as well. And I think what this highlights is that Mike Tyson wasn't invested in the sport of boxing after the age of, say, 23, 24. He lost his ambition for the sport, and ultimately other things took over. Too much got in the way. It was a windy road from then on, because when he was young, when he was hungry, when he wanted to be world champion, when he wanted to make the big purses, that was when he was most ambitious. That is when he was putting in the most work, because he's at the bottom. So he wants to get to the top. But once he's there, it's very difficult to stay there and have all of these distractions in the way and push them aside and continue on your course. Many others have struggled. It's not just Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is not the only one. In fact, very few people manage to stay on that course when they get to the top, because where else is there to go? When you are at the top, where else can you go? So you can just stay there, or you fall off your perch and have to climb back to the top. And Mike Tyson was champion for 3 years before that happened. So it wasn't like he just gained the belts and then lost them. So he did stay on that course for a while, but ultimately it was getting more and more difficult for Mike Tyson to be motivated for the fights he was having, even though he's going in there to have a fight, to fight someone else who ultimately can hurt him in the ring. That is the aim of the game, right? So ultimately, Mike Tyson was going in there with someone like that, especially someone who was skillful as well, because there were so many good fighters back then. So ultimately, Mike Tyson still just didn't have that hunger until he was knocked off his perch. And then, that is when the fire reignites. But clearly, until then, he was having great difficulty staying motivated in the sport of boxing, and he took any means necessary to not get caught and found out by taking drugs. One drug, not a lot of drugs, not performance enhancing drugs. It was a drug he got addicted to, a drug that he felt he needed, and it's very difficult to get off of something like that. So ultimately, Mike Tyson done anything necessary to make sure he continued fighting and not being fined for taking this substance. Because, as I said, he got fined in the year 2000, $200,000, but if he gets caught again, there will be a ban, and if he cannot keep fighting, what will happen then? Because Mike Tyson is a fighter, he's always going to be a fighter. Look at him now, he wants to come back. At the age of 53, he doesn't believe there's anything else out there for him. He's a fighter, that's what he does. Fighter at heart and boxer by trade. That is who Mike Tyson is, and I don't believe he will ever change. So he needed to keep boxing. Look at Tyson Fury, look at what boxing has done for him. It's kept him on the straight and narrow, because if he didn't have boxing, where would Tyson Fury be? So I believe the same applies for Mike Tyson, because remember, Tyson Fury had his own problems as well. Because remember, Tyson Fury was on that same path. Now I guess you're wondering how Mike Tyson got away with having this fake WHIZZER. Did he carry it on him the whole time? Well, no. Apparently what he'd done was gave it to a member of his team. The member of his team would hand it to him after the fight, and he would go ahead and do what he needs to do. And Mike Tyson has explained that is how he got away with it, to prevent from being caught for taking drugs. Anyway, guys, what are your thoughts on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, click your thumbs up, and subscribe if you are new. Thanks, guys.